How do you turn a modest weatherboard cottage into a sculpted forever home without losing its neighborhood charm? Welcome to the Fringe Dweller Residence in Clifton Hill, Australia. Architects Erica Slocombe and Warwick Mihaly took on a tight 307 square meter site bordering a lively public street and park. Their big question was simple: can a family home feel completely open to nature while keeping everyday life private and secure? Let's step inside and see how they pulled it off. From the front street, you would never guess what is hiding behind this facade. The original Edwardian cottage keeps its humble, historic identity intact. White painted weatherboards, crisp fretwork, and a corrugated iron roof preserve the original street character. The architects deliberately left this front face untouched to honor the Clifton Hill neighborhood. Look just over the ridgeline, and a sculpted modern roofline hints at the new world behind it. Turn the corner onto the side street, and the house reveals its bold new identity. The addition steps up into a two-story sculpted form made of pale brick and timber. Soft, curved corners replace harsh right angles to help the building settle gently along the street edge. A high brick wall provides solid privacy from passing foot traffic, while framing a lush rooftop planter above. It immediately balances heavy masonry strength with light, organic softness. Here is the key move that makes this corner lot work. A continuous pale brick wall wraps around the property line, guiding you towards the rear laneway garage. Instead of presenting a blank fortress to the street, the masonry curves gracefully around existing mature trees. Warm, vertical timber batten cladding on the upper floor adds rich texture above the brickwork. The house acts as a friendly neighbor while carving out private space behind the boundary. Now let's head inside through the origine front door. The central hallway celebrates the cottage's historic roots with crisp white walls and warm timber floorboards. Classic moldings and tall pendant globes draw your eyes straight down the long corridor. At the end of the hall, a soft plastered archway frames the dramatic transition into the new addition. Light pours in from the garden beyond, pulling you forward into the modern living spaces. Step through the arch, and the entire atmosphere opens up. This sunken living room wraps you in natural daylight and rich, tactile materials. A built-in timber window bench doubles as generous storage and a cozy spot to read next to the garden. The external pale brick wall continues directly into the room, blurring the line between inside and out. Full-height glass sliding doors invite cool breezes straight across the space. What makes the dining area so clever is how it hides everyday clutter. Custom timber joinery lines the wall with seamless craftsmanship. Open the tall pocket doors, and a fully equipped home office nook appears with blush-toned shelving and desk space. Next to it, rounded open shelves display ceramics and greenery with effortless elegance. The whole family can work or study here, then pack it away in seconds before dinner. Just steps away sits the heart of the home, an inviting, functional kitchen. The island bench curves softly at both ends, wrapped in vertical fluted timber dowels beneath a slim white stone benchtop. Minimalist timber bar stools create an easy gathering spot for casual breakfasts or conversations with the cook. Full-height white cabinetry conceals appliances and pantry storage, keeping the focus on clean, uncluttered lines. Here is where the magic of indoor-outdoor living really takes over. Giant glass sliders retract completely into hidden wall pockets, opening the kitchen directly onto the timber deck. Notice how the indoor timber floor meets the outdoor decking at the exact same level without a single step. The kitchen island and outdoor barbecue line up seamlessly, creating one massive entertaining zone. You are fully sheltered under the roof, yet entirely in the open air. Step out onto the entertaining deck and you see how smartly every inch is utilized. An open timber pergola overhead filters the sun into rhythmic geometric shadows throughout the day. The built-in stainless steel outdoor kitchen lets you cook and socialize outside without missing a beat. Deep, comfortable seating and a brick pillar create a cozy outdoor lounge framed by lush perimeter plantings. Heading back inside, even the staircase becomes a piece of sculpture. A sweeping white balustrade wall curves upward like a wave, concealing the base of the timber treads. The architects placed this stair directly against a floor-to-ceiling picture window facing a private garden bed. As you climb the stairs, you look straight into blooming white flowers and dappled sunlight against the textured brick wall. Upstairs, the primary bedroom suite feels like an elevated treehouse. Massive, full-height windows frame panoramic views across the lush green canopies of Clifton Hill. Right outside the glass, a built-in planter box overflows with ornamental grasses, creating a private green buffer against the street. A custom timber study desk and shelving tuck neatly into the alcove, giving the homeowners a quiet, sunny spot to write. Turn toward the bedroom wall and you find a masterclass in custom storage. Floor-to-ceiling timber paneling conceals a wall of seamless wardrobes and drawers. In the center, a recessed display niche lined with green quartzite stone adds a striking splash of natural color. A simple globe light inside the stone frame casts a warm, soft glow across the entire bedroom at night. Open the bedroom's double-glazed doors and you step directly onto your own private balcony. Vertical terracotta tiles line the solid balustrade, providing complete privacy from neighbors below while framing wide-open views of the treetop canopy. 2 comfortable butterfly chairs invite you to sit with a morning coffee under the slatted awning. It is a quiet outdoor retreat perched high above the urban hum. Right off the bedroom, the ensuite bathroom continues the tactile design language. The walk-in shower features a curving wall clad in slender white vertical finger tiles that wrap around the enclosure. A skylight directly overhead washes the curved wall with bright natural daylight from above. Deep forest green floor tiles ground the space, while a floating timber vanity with green stone countertops brings warmth to the clean white surfaces. Look closely at the vanity details and you see the exceptional level of craft. The floating cabinet is built from solid Australian timber with integrated finger pull grooves instead of visible hardware. A smooth white ceramic vessel basin rests on a honed white marble slab, paired with minimalist wall-mounted brushed metal tapware. A floating timber display shelf above the splashback keeps everyday essentials close at hand. Now, let's head out into the backyard garden to see how the whole site connects. Organic bluestone stepping stones meander across a vibrant green lawn between the main house and the rear studio. Silver foliage, delicate birch trees, and lush ground covers soften the textured brick boundary walls. The sculpted two-story extension and the single-story studio frame a private outdoor courtyard in the center of the block. Looking back at the house from the lawn, the full architectural composition comes alive. The pale brick lower level anchors the home securely, featuring a deep window seat where you can sit and read facing the garden. Above, the timber-clad upper story curves softly against the sky under a slatted rooftop pergola. Wide open sliding doors connect the living room, deck, and garden into one effortless indoor-outdoor flow. To understand how all these pieces fit together, let's look at the site plan. The narrow rectangular block sits on a corner, stretching from Ramsden Street at the front to a rear laneway. The original cottage occupies the front half of the site, while the new double-story addition sits in the middle. Behind that, a generous open garden connects to a detached garage and studio at the rear boundary. The ground floor plan shows the smart zoning of public and private spaces. 3 bedrooms and utility spaces stay within the quiet original cottage at the front. The central hallway leads past a powder room and stair into the expansive open-plan kitchen, dining, and living pavilion. From there, the living room flows directly onto the covered deck, across the lawn, and into the flexible rear studio. On the first floor plan, you see how the private upper level is organized. The stair brings you up into the master suite, occupying the central footprint above the kitchen and dining room. The bedroom connects to a walk-in robe, a curved ensuite bathroom, a north-facing window planter, and a private outdoor deck overlooking the street trees to the south. This longitudinal building section reveals how heights and levels interact across the site. The single-story cottage maintains the low heritage roofline at the front street edge. The double-story addition rises neatly in the center of the site without overwhelming the streetscape. Generous ceiling heights create airy living spaces below, with direct level access across the central courtyard to the rear garage and studio. The south elevation drawing highlights the respectful relationship to the street. From the front path, the Edwardian cottage presents its original single-story profile, complete with decorative gable trim and veranda posts. The new 2-story addition is set well back from the front boundary, keeping the heritage streetscape completely uncompromised. The west elevation along Yambla Street shows the progressive architectural story in full profile. The modest weatherboard cottage sets the historic baseline at the front. Moving along the site, the 2-story brick and timber extension introduces contemporary sculpted curves and textured surfaces. At the rear, the detached studio and garage bookend the property with quiet, unified materials. Finally, the north elevation shows the rear laneway perspective. The single-story studio and garage present a clean, understated face to the service lane, with textured brickwork and vertical timber cladding. The upper floor of the main residence rises gently behind the garden, creating a layered, sculpted presence that finishes the home's journey from front to back. That brings us to the end of the tour of the Fringe Dweller Residence. What began as a humble weatherboard cottage is now a sculpted, light-filled forever home tailored for contemporary family life. Architects Erica Slocombe and Warwick Mihaly proved that you do not have to choose between heritage character and modern living. By combining tactile masonry, warm timber, and seamless garden connections, they created a home that feels both grounded and deeply connected to its surroundings.